Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 72. Today we're going to look at the difference between counterfeit, pirate, and bootleg. Okay, so let's take a look first. If we say counterfeit, money, products, etc. that are counterfeit were created to look as much as possible like the real one or the real ones. That's definitely true with money. You want money to look as genuine as possible because you're trying to pass it off to someone. So we definitely will use counterfeit with money. We will not say pirated money or bootleg money. That doesn't make any sense at all. When we talk about other products, yeah, they'll probably try to copy the packaging and the logo to make it look as real as possible, especially if they're trying to trick you, or especially sometimes the prices could even be close. So let's take a look. So let's look at the first example. That man was caught trying to pass off some counterfeit bills. Yeah, definitely with money, they're trying to make it look as real as possible. If it doesn't look as good as possible, it's not going to work. So definitely use counterfeit with money. Number two, that flea market vendor was selling some counterfeit brand name perfume. Yeah, perfume, it could be almost like close to the real price. Just a little cheaper. That's really, being counterfeit. You're really trying to trick people. The third one here, she likes to buy counterfeit LV bags. All right, now this one, and also sometimes we talk about Rolex watches, they do try to make them look as real as possible. They may copy the logos. Probably most people are not fooled, though, in these cases, because, a real LV bag will probably go between 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, maybe 4,000 US dollars. And if somebody's selling you one for 30 or 40, you got to realize that it's probably not a real one. But it's still counterfeit because they're trying to make it look as real as possible. They're trying to copy the logos. Same thing with like a Rolex watch. If it actually says Rolex on it, and they copy the style exactly, then we would use counterfeit. All right, let's take a look at the next one now. Pirate. Pirate is probably the closest one to counterfeit. To make illegal movies, CDs, computer software, etc., without legal permission to do so. Pirated goods do not try to copy the original exactly. Yeah, so they may not actually be using the logo. They may change the outside of the packaging. Yeah, so, but they still never got permission to do it. So it often has different packaging. With music, they may create their own collection of a singer or group that did not exist before. Yeah, they may make a greatest hits of an album of an artist that may have no greatest hits album, and they don't get permission for it. So they may make up their own, and they may have a different pictures on the album too. So that's pirated. They're not trying to copy it exactly. So they're not trying to pass it off as the original, but yet they're still copying a lot of the material and and selling it to you. So that's what we mean by pirated. Yeah. All right. So singer. So let's take a look. Many countries in Asia were notorious for selling pirated CDs and movies. So again, they probably changed the front picture or the packaging, but they were still selling you that artist's work. Or the movies too, they may have actually changed what the front cover looks like, but it's the same movie. They recopied it, so that would be pirated. All right, let's take a look at the second one. She bought a pirated version of that computer program. Yeah, maybe, again, it works, but it is not the original one. They didn't get permission for it. That's a pirated one. Yeah, good. All right, let's look at bootleg. Bootleg is clearly different, even though some people still might get confused with it. Bootleg recordings were created especially by someone illegally recording the music at a concert, performance, etc. So we especially use bootleg for three different ones. We use it for music, we use it for movies, and we use it for alcohol. Okay, so bootleg with the music means somebody actually bought a ticket, they went to a concert, and they secretly recorded it. So they may actually have an album of a concert that really it was never recorded, it was never sold. So you might get something that's more unique with a bootleg concert because maybe that singer that day chose to sing different songs in the concert that he never sang before. Maybe he may even sing a cover version of somebody else's album. He may have said something interesting to the audience that you could hear. So that doesn't really exist. So that would be like a bootleg album. Okay. Number two, bootleg movies are secret recorded in movie theaters. Yeah, you do come across these like online if you see some movies where, just like they say, you can see that it's actually in a movie theater. Generally, bootleg movies' quality's usually not so good. Um, and yeah, if it's out too soon, chances are, like if the movie just was released in the movie theater only a couple of days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and already they have another version of it, it's probably a bootleg because it's just too soon. Had no time to really be released as a DVD yet. So that's where you usually get bootleg movies. Bootleg alcohol is made illegally without any official licenses, inspections, etc. Yeah, I don't know if we see it as much today. In the U.S. during the time of Prohibition, this was really big business back at that time. Or sometimes in the movies, we might see some guy, up in the mountain making his own moonshine, alcohol, and I don't know, maybe he sells it cheaper than usual. But again, sometimes it might be considered dangerous because we don't know if he's following all the rules, if he made it too strong, if it could possibly be poisonous. So that would be bootleg alcohol. All right, so let's take a look at the examples. If you watch a movie online that one can actually see heads of people in a theater, it is a bootleg copy. Yeah, definitely. He bought a bootleg album of that singer's concert in L.A. Yeah, but again, maybe that wasn't officially recorded, so yeah, it's a bootleg copy. John likes to drink moonshine. He often buys bootleg whiskey. All right, so I hope you clearly see the difference between all three. Counterfeit tries to copy and make it look as close and as genuine to the real thing as possible. Pirated, they don't focus on making it look, like the genuine or the real one or copying. They may have different packaging, they may have different covers, but they're still taking the material without permission and reselling it. Bootleg, again, there's the three different types, for music, movies, and alcohol. Again, both of the ones for music are illegally recorded, the ones for movies are illegally recorded, and the ones for alcohol is illegally made. I hope that clarifies it. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.